Hey everyone, Miss Reimer here with Music Teacher Message. So today I wanted to talk about something a little different. One of the things I really love about my job is that I get to teach band. Where I grew up, we didn't get to join band until 6th grade, but in this district, my students can join band as early as 5th grade. And so I get to have my own beginning band here made up of 5th graders, which is wonderful. Now, this year in particular, I've been thinking a lot about how we start kids on band instruments. Joining band costs money. You know, there's no way around it. We have to have an instrument for the students. At a previous school, we did have a number of instruments that had been donated to the school. And that was nice. We really only used those for like when a kid forgot their instrument at home, then they could just play one that the school owned. But every year when I send a letter home to the 5th graders at the very beginning of the year and say, hey, if you want to sign up for band, you can. I do talk about the process of getting a band instrument. And, you know, I talk about we can rent brand new from the music company that comes and does the instrument fittings. You can get a used instrument, but I do talk, say please talk to me about how we do this so we can make sure we get your student a good quality instrument. I say if there's a friend or a family member who has that instrument that your child picks, like maybe they can borrow it or, you guys can work out some sort of deal. And then I say, if money is an issue though, could you please talk to me and I would be happy to help you secure a good quality instrument so that your kid can join band. Now, this is my 11th year teaching, but it's my 9th year of teaching beginning band. I've yet to have a parent or grandparent or aunt or uncle, whoever's caring for our students, contact me and say that there's a money concern, but the student wants to join. However, I think maybe not every year, but especially in the last couple of years, I've had several kids come to me and say, I really, really, really wanted to do band. We don't have the money though. And then I say, could you please have your adult talk to me? And I never want to reach out at that point because I don't want to embarrass somebody. And I guess I never know if, I don't know, it kind of opens up an awkward thing where I don't want to tell the adults that your student told me there's a money problem. That's weird. But it is very heartbreaking to have a student who I know was really excited about the prospect of joining band come to me and say, I can't join band now because of money. And so it really makes me think about maybe we're not doing enough to talk about used instruments. I've gotten tons of used instruments over my lifetime, and I haven't had a single problem with any of them, to be honest. You've got to know what you're doing. You can't just hop on eBay and buy anything. There's a lot of junk out there. But if you know what to do and you have the guidance of somebody who can help you to find a good instrument, it's not a bad way to go. I think some people are kind of weary about used instruments, and I don't know if I'm not sure if they're worried they're going to get ripped off or what the problem is. But for now, what I wanted to focus in, and maybe I will make a video on how I shop for used instruments on eBay and how I make sure that chances are in my favor that this is going to be a good quality instrument. And if it's not, what to do. So that's something I would like to do down the road. Right now, though, I'm interested in looking at a bunch of different instruments that are new, but less expensive. I did a video talking about the P-Bone a couple months ago, which was a plastic trombone. I do want to cover a little bit more with that, but there are a bunch of other instruments that I'm interested in covering and kind of doing a little series. And just kind of looking at these, are these instruments that are good enough quality and good enough sounding that I would allow them in my 5th grade band? Or does it sound like junk, and it's more of a toy? So in some upcoming videos, I want to cover, gotta check the list because there's a lot of them. A lot of instruments by a company called Nuvo, N-U-V-O, and each instrument will get their own video, but I'm going to be covering one called the Dude, one's called the Toot. Yes, that's really what it's called. The J sax, the clarinet, the J horn, the J flute, and the student flute. So that's all one company. Like I said, I did talk about the P bone already, but I want to cover it a little bit more. And I also want to talk about the P trumpet. And then there's kind of a strange instrument called the Venova by Yamaha. And I'm not sure where that fits into this either. And also the Recorder Plus. That's an interesting one. So when I make these videos, there are like certain things you're going to see in each one of these videos. So I'll be talking about how close are the fingerings from this instrument to like the real instrument. So if you were to learn on the J sax, can you pick up a regular saxophone and like you're off and running? Or are there some adjustments we need to make? So that's one. How easy is it for the student to switch to like the real instrument? Like, do they know how to put it together? Is it heavier, bigger, whatever? How close does it sound to the real instrument? How durable it is? How long the student can use it before they actually like need to upgrade to the real deal? And finally, the price. So I want to cover those 6 things in each of these videos that you will be seeing over the next probably 2 months. But I really am intrigued by these other instruments, and I'm curious, like, yeah, how do they sound? How do they stack up against the more expensive versions? And could these be used as kind of a starter band instrument? What I'm hoping is that some of these will work well enough that, you know, I get a lot of 5th graders who maybe haven't talked about band at home. And so their parents are a little like, ooh, I don't know that I want to spend the money because I've never heard my kid talk about wanting to be in band. And I can understand that. Like, signing up to rent an instrument is a little daunting. Yeah, especially if you didn't know your student was interested in this. So would it make grown-ups feel a little bit better to get one of these starter instruments, and then once you know that your student is interested, then you go for the real one? Or is it better to just start off with the real thing right away? You know, I don't know. So what I'm hoping over the next several, 2 months or whatever, is to find out, is there a better way we can start our kids in band? And would this open it up to more kids being able to join band in 5th grade if there was a less expensive alternative available to them? So anyway, I hope you are as excited as I am to test out these instruments and to learn about them, and I hope you will watch. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.